and this is my Digital Literacy Memoir by Emelina Carreno. And here I have pictures of my family who are going to be the stars of my story. And so my family and I have grown throughout the age of technology, especially through video games and video gaming consoles. It can be quite hard to acquire digital literacy. There's so many programs, modalities, and others that we have to learn in order to keep up with changing times. And as a child in the early 2000s, technology is nowhere advanced as it is today. And my family and I have always been behind in the times of technology, but throughout the years, we've progressively immersed ourselves with the help of video gaming. And so that man right there is my grandfather, and he's the first one that got us into video games with the original Nintendo, as you can see here. Which first came out during 1985. The graphics of the game were very pixelated and only usually consisted of a few simple games. All games came in the large cartridge, and getting the games to work half the time was a struggle. And games like Duck Hunt consisted of shooting imaginary ducks with a large lifelike gun, which would probably be frowned upon in today's video gaming society due to video gaming and video game violence. And so after the original Nintendo, we moved on to a newer console, the Nintendo 64, which released in 1993. And the N64 had remarkable graphics, more lengthy gameplay for pre-2000 era. And The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was the first game that my family and I really got into. And it had extensive game and role play. And the N64 was more of a single-person console. Not many games were multiplayer, so there was a lot of watching my family play the game rather than me playing it, but all the more fun. And the use of corded controllers and cartridge games still exist, but the controls are very vastly different from the original Nintendo. And this controller would be a precursor to the Xbox 360 controller with the joystick stick and similar layout. And so into the 2000s, we were introduced to the Nintendo DS, and everyone in my family was obsessed with the DS. We would play cross-device games, and wireless play allowed us to stay connected with family in other states, even if we couldn't play together at the time. And as a family, we'd play Super Mario Bros. Over Wi-Fi and be able to conversate as well through PictoChat. And the DS was like easy and handheld, and you had all your video games in your pocket, which was a lot different than the consoles. And while we still had the DS to play, we would also enjoy the Nintendo Wii, and the Wii was more of an interactive console where we'd set up multiple Wii remotes and play together collectively around the TV. And it allowed us to get physical and play games like Just Dance, Wii Sports, and we were able to get up and move and play, which added to the overall experience of the game and helped our family bond. And the final one we got into was the Xbox 360, and this was not until years later, after its first release in 2005. After the Nintendo Wii, my family and I kind of fell into a video gaming lull. So many consoles and games were coming out. It was hard to tell which would be popular, and prices were rising. And it was difficult coming from a lower income family. So not until later did we get introduced to the Xbox 360 from my Uncle Roy, and it just allowed we go over there and play games a lot. So thank you for listening. Good luck, everybody.